Greetings, true believers, and welcome to another incredible episode of History of the Marvel Universe. Today's tale begins in a Wyoming trailer park with a young girl named Melissa Gold. When Melissa was 11 years old, her mother Mimi was arrested on robbery charges. She was ruthlessly teased by the other children and eventually went into denial about the whole affair, refusing to believe that her mother was a jailbird. Her home life became more difficult as well, and when her alcoholic father became physically abusive, Melissa ran away from home and took her mother's name, Mimi Schwartz, as an alias. She eventually started using this new identity as a way to help her survive life on the streets. Melissa was a little girl, naive and frightened, but as Mimi, she could be strong and ruthless. But deep down, she was still Melissa, and when she grew older, she met and fell in love with a man named Mike Brodsky. However, this relationship ended when Mike was caught with stolen electronics in his apartment and managed to pin the crime on Melissa. The charges stuck and Melissa retreated into her Mimi persona. But while in prison, she befriended her cellmate Marion Pouncey, better known as Poundcakes. After the two women served their sentences, Poundcakes recruited Melissa onto a wrestling team she had started with two other women, Letha and Titania. Since this team, the Grapplers, also did mercenary work for the Roxxon Oil Corporation, Melissa was outfitted with bionically enhanced vocal cords, giving her a powerful sonic attack, and became known as Screaming Mimi. While the Grapplers never found all that much success in their work as super criminals, Mimi was happy to have found a surrogate family. However, because of this lack of success, they attempted to rebuild their legitimacy with the Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation. To facilitate this, the Grapplers received strength augmentation from the Power Broker. However, the broker's methods weren't always reliable, and any enhancement Mimi received from him proved to be temporary. Furthermore, when the team began expanding and introducing new members, Mimi felt increasingly out of place. Things came to a head after Letha and Titania were both made victims of the deadly vigilante known as the Scourge of the Underworld. After that, Mimi quietly left the group, uncertain of her place in the world. She was briefly recruited into Baron Zemo's Masters of Evil and tasked with helping to free other criminals from prison. However, after an encounter with the Avengers, she was soon captured by the mercenary Paladin. She was sent to the super prison known as the Vault, but after a breakout, she met up with a similarly powered villain, Angar the Screamer. The two sonic-powered criminals engaged in several heists together, not all of them successful. Eventually, Mimi even began to develop feelings for Angar, although they didn't seem to be reciprocated. Unfortunately, any relationship they might have developed was snuffed out when David Angar was shot and killed by the police while escaping after a bank robbery. Frustrated, heartbroken, and alone, Melissa screamed. She cried out in anguish and screamed for 43 minutes, her sonic powers destroying anything nearby. She screamed until she couldn't scream anymore and passed out in the crater her voice had made. Her throat was virtually destroyed and she could barely speak, but she had one ally left who had been keeping an eye on her. Baron Helmut Zemo arrived on the scene and offered to help. Zemo sought to build a new Masters of Evil, and so he had his technical genius, the Fixer, rebuild and upgrade Mimi's larynx. Furthermore, the Fixer had previously stolen the schematics for technology pioneered by Ulysses Klaue, the Black Panther's nemesis. Klaue, the self-proclaimed master of sound, had invented a device which could create tangible objects out of solidified sound waves. The Fixer incorporated similar technology into a sonic carapace that Melissa could wear, allowing her to create solid energy constructs using her own voice, including sonic wings that allowed her to fly. Adopting a new look and a new name, Screaming Mimi became known as Songbird. However, before she could make her debut as one of the Masters of Evil, something happened that changed Zemo's plans. The Avengers and the Fantastic Four ostensibly sacrificed themselves in a battle against the psionic monster Onslaught, and were missing for some time. And so the other Masters of Evil also created new identities for themselves. Calling themselves the Thunderbolts, this new team masqueraded as heroes under the pretense of filling in for the ones the world had lost, earning the public's trust while secretly plotting world domination. However, some of the Thunderbolts, particularly Songbird and Abe Jenkins, aka Mach 1, the former Beetle, grew to prefer their heroic new personas. Furthermore, while Songbird was reluctant to allow herself to get close to someone again, a romance began to blossom between her and Jenkins. She began to feel more confident in herself and realized that she no longer needed the Mimi persona she'd used to protect herself for so long. She could choose to be herself. She could be Melissa again. Eventually, the lost heroes returned, and when Zemo unveiled his schemes, Songbird and most of the other Thunderbolts turned against him. Then, with the Avenger Hawkeye volunteering to lead them, the reformed Thunderbolts were able to prove their legitimacy. Since then, there have been many different incarnations of the team, but Melissa Gold has continued to fight on the side of good as Songbird. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe for more Marvelous content. Be sure to leave a comment letting me know what Marvel hero or villain you want to hear about next, and as always, the issues referenced in this video are listed in the description below if you would like to read them for yourself, as well as links to other places you can find me, including my Patreon page, where for only $1 a month you can get your name in these special thanks here. So until next time, true believers, Excelsior!